get started. First to start with stress. What is stress? Type of stress, effect of stress, because depression is also an effect of stress. Then we'll go to stress management and how we can help ourselves in dealing with stress. Now, stress simply means the interpretation of what you are currently going through. That is what stress means. Stress is just what the effects of what you are passing through currently. That's what stress means. And basically, we have two types of stress. We have the physical stress and the emotional stress. Now, the physical stress is the stress that you can always see in a person. You can always view, oh, this person is stressed out. While the emotional stress deals with the innermost part of the person, especially the brain. Now, let's go to the physical stress. Now, physical stress tends to do with maybe your activities in your work, or you are kind of tired and stuff like that. You get to have those kind of stress feelings. Now, one of the symptoms that you are going to stress is, first, your blood tends to pump more. You have more blood pumping, and your breathing might be kind of different. You can maybe breathing hard, and the symptoms of this physical stress is this. Once you're having this physical stress, it can always lead to what's called anger. That shows that, okay, when you're getting angry, because it's somebody that is being stressed can also get angry. Now, if this stress, there are some things that this stress can cause to you, the physical stress. Now, do you know that this physical stress can cause you to have high blood pressure, diabetes, and other chronic diseases? I'm going to break them down. Now, once you're having this stress, first of all, there's an hormone in your body that is being released. That hormone is released from your kidney. It's called the fight and flight hormone, which is the adrenaline. This adrenaline helps you give you more energy to do what you're doing, even if you're still stressed up. Now, once this hormone is being secreted out, your blood tends to pump more. And once your blood tends to pump more, your heart starts overworking itself. And once your heart starts overworking itself, then once it's done over a long period of time, you tend to have what they call hypertension. Same with your diabetes. Diabetes also means increase in blood sugar level. Now, once you are being stressed out, you have more blood pumping, and for you to get your activities going, you need more energy. And the way your only energy can get is through glucose, which is in your blood. And once this thing is being pumped out, you have excess of glucose in your body. And once this is being done over a long period of time, that can also make you be diabetic. And once you're hypertensive and also diabetic, then you have other chronic diseases coming into your system. Now, in terms of physical stress, whenever you have seen that you have gotten to your peak or your stress limit that you cannot handle it again, first of all, you first do what? You start to try to breathe in and out. You have to calm yourself to make your breathing bring it in a moderate condition. Because once you are stressed out, you breathe out abnormally. But once you try to control yourself by breathing, that also helps you regulating your blood flow and also help regulate your heartbeat. Then again, what you need to do is what? Try to rest. Stop whatever you are doing and try to rest. Now, the kind of situation we have in our country in terms of work, most of our bosses don't care about the staffs. They just want their job to be done. So, but your health matters the most. Whenever you see you have gotten to your limit of your stress, your stress limit, what do? Just take a break, leave the job. Then after some time, once you're done, you can always come back to your work to finish it up. That's more on the physical stress. But I think the physical stress doesn't have much damaging effect when it comes than the emotional stress, because that will be what we'll be talking more about today. Now, let's get into emotional stress. Emotional stress has to do with your emotions. Once you are going through difficulty, you tend to stress yourself. That is the inner stress, which is the emotional stress, and it has greater effect to our system than in physical stress. Because physical stress, you can always see it in a person that this person is going to stress, and you always say, okay, let me rest. But the emotional stress, most person doesn't know someone is going through emotional stress, except a person that is very close to a person that, okay, this person is going through emotional stress. Now, emotional stress might not be from your work or anything. It can be from relationship. It can be from issue that has to do with your heart and your feelings. Now, this emotional stress is what has led a lot of people to depression. And once someone is having a lot of depression, it leads to suicide. Now, statistics that shows that we have more younger persons committing suicide than the older person, because back then it was believed that it's the older people that always commit suicide, but now we have more younger persons committing suicide. A child of 19 years can commit suicide. An adult of 20 years, 21 can commit suicide. If you are watching TV, watching news, you always hear students committing suicide and stuff like that. Now, stress is a normal phenomenon in life. Everything in your life have been ordered by God. God already destined what you are supposed to do or what you're supposed to be. But most of the things doesn't come easy. There are some sacrifices that need to be paid, because once things comes to you easily, it might not, you will not appreciate you not appreciate them. But things you get to work for and you get them, you tend to value them the most. I always tell my patient this, that God can never give you he can never give you a duty that you cannot overcome. Can never give you a problem that you cannot overcome. God will give you a problem that you can always handle to overcome. So first of all, when you are going through an emotional stress, first of all, tell yourself, I got this, I can handle this. Now, telling yourself that, first of all, boost your confidence is up. That means you can handle what's on ground. Then once you can tell yourself that, then you start figuring things, ways of how you can get them done. But once you tell yourself, oh, this is bigger than me, I cannot. Once you just tell yourself, I cannot do this, then definitely you cannot do it. So first of all, you tell yourself, I can do this, and then once you tell yourself you can do this, then you start thinking of possible solutions. Now, the thing is this: in life, if everything goes smooth and easy, we will not have stories to tell, because the stories we tell are things that motivate others and give others the driving force to overcome any situation they are. So that's why stress and issues are normal thing that should be part of our daily life for it to make us stronger and make us be what we want to be. Now, let's go more on the physical and the effect of physical stress. The emotional stress. I told you that emotional stress causes depression, and once someone has been depressed for so long, it leads to suicide, and suicide is the last thing. Now, the idea is this: most people that commit suicide, they think after committing suicide is the end of everything, that they have solved the problem. No, suicide is just like a relay race. Once you are running, I'm sorry, depression is just like a relay race. Once you are running, it's just like you have to pass the baton to another person. So if you think you will commit suicide to run away from problems, you have not solved the problem. You have just passed the baton to others. That means you have passed the problem to others. Now think, if a person commits suicide, what about your family? What do your family think? What will your siblings think? What are people that are looking up to you? What do you want them to say? What do you want them to feel? So that's what suicide means. Suicide doesn't solve anything. It complicates issues more. So the idea of suicide should never be an option or an idea for you to. Suicide should not be an option. So now there are ways you can deal with emotional stress. Now, first of all, you have to have what they call foster healthy relationship. You have to have an healthy relationship with someone you can always talk to, because there are some issues, there are some things we go through in life that are way bigger than us, but we can talk to people to help us. Now, they said problem shared is the problem solved. But when you're sharing your problem, when I say healthy relationship, share your problems with people that you know that are capable of giving you solutions. Don't share your issue with people that you know that you are better than. You share your issue with people that are advanced, like people that have gone through things in life, people that have gone through the same thing you are going through presently. So having fostering an healthy relationship, talk to people, let them know what you are going through, and they can also provide a solution. There are some things that you think that there is no solution, but when you talk to people, they will always give you a solution. Now, on the other end, we are people that are seeking solutions from us. Whenever a person comes to seek your advice on something, please don't ever mock a person, don't ever chase a person away, or even if you don't have an answer for the person. Even if you don't have a solution for the person, encourage the person, advise the person that you can do this. Advise and encourage the person so the person can have hope, because you don't know what the person is going through currently. Because the person, the person might be thinking that you are the last option. Anything you tell the person, any advice you give the person will carry it out. So you don't discourage the person. Give the person hope. Give the person courage to face what he or she is going through. There's some persons that when they come to me then for advice, they just joke around and just laugh over the issue, and you don't know how it's affecting the person. The person can just go home and say, since I've tried my possible best, the next is to commit suicide. So that's what depression can always cause. So please, fostering healthy relationship, it's very, 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 very important. And also, whenever you are going through emotional stress, leave anything you are doing and try to do what you like doing, things that can always make you happy. If it's to listen to music, if it's to go do yoga, if it's to go play football, always try to do what will make you happy. Don't always sit down and think for so long, because once you start sitting and thinking, we have what they call whispers. You start hearing some whispering in your mind and your thinking that tell you to do what you are not supposed to do on your normal self. So whenever you're going through emotional situations, don't ever sit down alone for so long. Go do activities that make you happy and make you smile. And in the process of doing some activities, your brain will always function well, and you might think and get a solution that will help you in getting your situation cleared. So that is that on that. Then in terms of depression also, now if you are depressed, number one, I've told you, once you are depressed, you don't take decisions, because once you are happy and once you are sad, those those are the moments that you don't take decisions. You make sure that you are in a good mood. It's not that you are in a happy mood or a sad mood before you take your decision, because according to scientists said the part of the brain that distinguish happiness and sadness, it doesn't distinguish if this is excitement or this is sadness. It just interprets it as an emotion. So it's just like what really matters is what they call the interpretation. Interpretation really matters, because according to Shakespeare said a comedy and a tragedy. He said a tragedy is a comedy misunderstood. Shakespeare said a tragedy is a comedy that is misunderstood. So everything is just about the interpretation. So anything that is going that they are going to currently, try to always be positive. Once you are positive and try to fight and move forward, you can always get a solution, because there's nothing that doesn't have a solution. As I've said again, everything about your mindset and your thinking. Always think positive. Suicide is never the option. Suicide it should not be a thing that you should want to think of, because what you are going through, there's some persons that have gone through things that are worse than that. Because according to my father always told me that, Mohammed, a little effort will make you achieve your goal. Just a little effort. So even if you are going through something that is so difficult, just keep doing it, persistent, just keep doing it, and with a little effort you can always conquer and get your dreams done. So I guess that is that on that. I know some persons have gotten their questions down. Since I'm not physically available, then just I will drop my Instagram account and also my YouTube account. You can always send your questions to me directly. That is on Instagram, that is Dr_Alasa. That is Dr. Alasa. On YouTube is Dr. Alasa, Dr. Alasa. You are sending your messages and would try to give solutions to your questions. Yeah, thank you very much to the youth leader, the youth, everybody in the church. Yeah, thank you very much for this great opportunity you have given me to give a little talk that I can give. Yeah, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Yeah, thank you very much, and God bless you all. Yeah, bye.